So we spoke about Sam Darnold earlier and how Sam would, I imagine, lead the free agent class of quarterbacks. Kirk Cousins, the man he replaced, might be in that mix, although I don't know if you caught this in the aftermath of the Falcons season ending, but Terry Fontenot, the general manager, said they would absolutely keep Kirk on as a $40 million a year backup quarterback. Yeah, absolutely, we keep him there, which is a way of saying, will somebody please trade him because cutting him is going to be very expensive. Somebody please trade for him. I don't know if that's going to happen, but that said, Russell Wilson, will he be in the free agent class? Would the Steelers consider running it back with a guy who took a 4-2 team and turned it into a 10-3 team, only to lose the final 5 games? As the offense was somewhere between drying paint and root canal on occasion. This is what Russ had to say.
Want to come back next year?
Yeah, that's the plan. I mean, obviously, I love it here and everything else, and I think we have a great football team. Obviously, it didn't go in the way we wanted it to, and I think there's a lot more to do. And I said to you guys before, I always just trust God in the process and all that.
Makes sense. Why would he want to go anywhere else? I don't know if he would have an opportunity to go anywhere else to be the starting quarterback. I guess he and George Pickens have a different opinion about the future of the offense. Mike Tomlin had this to say about his quarterback.
Mike, do you have a plan for quarterback?
Obviously, we don't have a quarterback under contract, and so we got some major discussions there. It was a really good experience with the 3 quarterbacks that were on our roster this year, individually and collectively. We certainly are open to considering those guys, but there's a lot of work ahead of us. And the major work, obviously, starts first and foremost with just understanding what our options are, what the field looks like in terms of free agency, what the draft pool looks like, and then beginning the process in terms of decision-making based on, known variables. And so, Omar and I have got a half a day carved out here this week just to begin that component of the discussion.
Did Justin show you enough that you think he could be a starter for you guys and enter next year in the pole position as Russ did this year?
Certainly.
Okay. Yes or no? Yes or no question? Yes or no question?
No.
No. Yes or no question?
I know you want yes or no, but it's
Here's,
like, I don't know.
No. How about this? Here's the question. He wouldn't let me say it.
I know I jumped the gun like on Family Feud.
Okay, go ahead. So he gets a...
Yeah.
Is the current quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers on the roster?
No. My answer stays the same.
Wow. Yes.
I would say no. I would say no. That's one. Yes or no question. Is the current coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers, next coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers, currently on at the podium?
I think Mike Tomlin should want out, but I think he will be back next year.
I don't know about the want, but I think he will be. Which one are we playing first? Which one? The dealer's choice, Mike Hoskins. Okay, this is interesting. Well, do the other one first, if you don't mind.
I like that when you do this because you have a conversation that only you are listening to.
No. We excuse me. We're lead pipe wielding professionals. When the sound bites came in, we talked about. You played it for me.
I said I like it when you do that.
Okay. This was him when he was asked about the playoff drought and questioning if he's the one to fix it, which is an interesting way of saying, what's your job status? Do you want to be here and things of that nature?
I have no response to that. I understand the nature of what it is that we do, the attention and criticism that comes with it. As a matter of fact, I embrace it, to be quite honest with you. I enjoy the urgency that comes with what I do and what we do. I don't make excuses for failure. I own it. But I also feel like I'm capable. And so as long as I'm afforded an opportunity to do that, I will continue. But I certainly understand their frustrations, and probably more importantly than that, I share it because that's how I'm wired. And so I'm not a big-time comfort seeker, and particularly in circumstances such as this, I don't view myself as a comfort provider because there's, words are hollow, to be quite honest with you. It's about what we do and less about what we say. And so I've learned to say very little when things are going good, and I've learned to say less when they aren't.
I'm not a comfort seeker. God, I'm sorry.
Also not a comfort provider.
It is a great way of putting things.
What is his comfort provider? It's like, I pretty much think anything he's saying will not satisfy the growing legion of Steeler fans who just think it's time after 18 seasons there. And in terms of whether he considers it time, as I said yesterday, maybe it is time for him to find his Andy Reid moment, right? This is what Coach Tomlin had to say when asked the point-blank question of anybody calling for your services in a trade. What would you say to that team? Hit it.
Mike, at least one team has reached out to inquire about your availability, understanding that you have a no trade clause in your contract. What's your message to any team that may reach out to the Steelers to gauge interest or availability in your services?
I have no message. Save your time.
Which is a message.
Never say never, but never.
Save your time. Yeah. Listen, I think he wants to finish a job. Last thing he wants to do is come across as a guy who throws his hands up and says, "Just not going to work here anymore. After 18 years, I don't have the wherewithal, stamina, answers, desire, all of that stuff." I don't think he's going to be that guy. So if you're looking for him to basically say, "I want out," I don't think that's going to be the case. I think it's going to have to come from the Rooneys. If they want to make a change, it's going to have to come from them. It ain't going to come from this guy. And save your time. I have no message. It's kind of the never say never, but never. USC, don't come calling for me. I'm not interested.
Right.
Never say never, but never.
So, hey, Steeler fans, I don't think he's going anywhere. But I sat here thinking maybe in his heart of hearts he's going to sit here and go, maybe I go somewhere where there is a quarterback. Because at this point in time, do you run it back with Russ? And you're going to say Justin Fields is the answer here? I know the most popular quarterback anywhere is the backup. Mm-hmm. Okay? So, and Fields was 4-2, so everybody thinks give him a shot. And I will just say this. I don't know if Justin Fields would have had them beating the Ravens and making them an 11-win team or a 12-win team.
No, and of course we'll never know the answer, but it's a fun what if. What if Justin Fields had never been benched for Russell Wilson? How would this season have gone if Fields got the whole season? Would they have suffered a 5-game losing streak to end the year?
I don't know. It's unfair for me to sit here and say that they wouldn't have been better. Who knows? Maybe he unlocks this team in a way with 2 touchdowns in the air, 1 on the ground,
right,
like everyone else has got going on right now.
Right.
The Bills have it. The Ravens have it. Sometimes the Chiefs can have it, right? The Eagles have it. The Commanders sure have it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a fun what if. I mean, that's
2 in the air, 1 on the ground.
Seems like you kind of have to have a quarterback with that ability to win and go far.
2 in the ground, 1 in the air. Like that's what you're kind of have to look at, right?
It was RG3 that posted this. Said this yesterday, but 7 of the 8 quarterbacks left are mobile quarterbacks.
And what, Goff is the one that was not?
I guess Matt Stafford. So maybe 6 of the 8.
I guess this is the age-old, like you want a pocket passer or not. How about both? I'll take both, as Lamar has become and Allen is and all of that sort of stuff.
Yeah, Jaden Daniels for sure. Patrick
Mahomes. My word. Steelers don't have it. I don't think he's going anywhere. Folks. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.